his behaviour at 3 hospitals: Stoke Mandeville, Leeds General Infirmary and Broadmoor. On top of the allegations relating to Duncroft School in Staines, his time working at BBC Television Centre and the Hope de la Garenne Children's Home in Jersey. North Yorkshire and Lancashire, the latest of 11 police forces to receive allegations.
What we need again is to have an independent inquiry at Stoke Mandeville Hospital so that we clearly understand who knew what about this, when they knew it, whether there are any records of anybody reporting this, because the staff are clearly saying that it was well known.
The pressure is also still on the BBC. Why they ran tribute programmes to Saville when Newsnight was investigating him. We finally caught up with the Director General.
I only knew that there was a Newsnight investigation. I didn't have any details about it.
Do you think it was right to run those programmes, though, when you knew your journalists were investigating Mr. Saville?
I had no idea what the nature of the investigation was.
You're happy with your role in this, are you?
I'm entirely convinced that I've done all the right things, yes.
The BBC, hospitals, the police, there are many with questions to answer about Jimmy Saville.
That report from Lucy Manning. Jimmy Saville worked at Leeds General Infirmary as a volunteer porter in the 1970s. One woman who was a patient there 40 years ago has described how she saw him assault another young patient. From Leeds, here's Stephen Douglas.
Last year, Jimmy Saville's coffin was driven past Leeds General Infirmary. Staff lined the street to pay their respects. He's now been accused of preying on young people while visiting the wards here. June Thornton was a patient at the hospital in 1972. She says she saw him abuse a girl who had brain damage.
I thought he was a visitor coming to see her, and he started rubbing his hands down her arms, and then, I don't know of a nice way to put it, but he molested her.
This was the TV presenter at Leeds General on one of his many visits. Jimmy Saville raised money for the hospital and volunteered as a porter here during the 60s and 70s. He carried out shifts on a regular basis and was allowed to go wherever he wanted on the wards. 2 people have now come forward and made allegations about him during that period.
A gentleman who made you feel a little bit creepy.
It was a period when Betty Smithson was a nurse at the hospital. She told me her former colleagues all have the same view.
Oh, rather shocked. But the general consensus of the people, they weren't really surprised.
A spokesperson for the Leeds Teaching Hospitals Trust said these are the first complaints they've ever received about Jimmy Saville's behaviour. They now plan to cooperate fully with the police. Stephen Douglas, ITV News, Leeds.
And our UK editor is live now in the studio with fresh claims tonight involving another TV star linked to Saville.
Well, yes, that's right. Mark Williams-Thomas, who is the former child protection officer who's been leading the ITV investigation, says that he has been told of a 4th name. That is a TV personality, but unconnected to the other names that have been made so far. He says that on the face of it, it does appear credible. And we believe that this is a soap star. We don't know whether it is a current or an old one. But also there is a 5th name, we believe, also a TV personality. What is clear is this investigation is just widening. It is now getting bigger and bigger, new allegations all the time. But these allegations about the hospital tools where Jimmy Saville fundraised are particularly chilling.
Lucy, thank you.
Now, there is yet